I hear him. Go.
We got him back here.
A police officer springs into action, pulling a child from a burning home. The boy's own father accused of setting that fire to try to kill him and his brothers. That officer is here to tell us about the rescue, and I'll tell you what charges the dad faces. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. I see a lot of videos in this business, and this video that I'm going to show you makes my heart skip a beat, maybe even two. Back on November 6th, police in Fulshear, Texas, that's 35 miles west of Houston, got a call about a fire. When police got there, they found a house on fire and two teenage boys were outside, and they told the officers that their younger brother was still inside. Can you imagine? Take a look.
I hear him. Go.
We got him back here.
Yeah, buddy. I got you. Come here.
Come here.
We got back up. We got
Back outside.
Get him. Go. I got him. Come on, buddy. You best.
Now, the little boy that you saw Sergeant Brandon Moseley pull from the house was just 3 years old. He was suffering from smoke inhalation. Thank goodness now he's okay. An investigation led to the arrest of 46-year-old Pedro Luis Parra Pulgar. Parra Pulgar is now charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and arson. He's accused of trying to murder his 3 children. According to his indictment, Pulgar starts a fire by placing an open flame to an ignitable substance, knowing that the habitation was subject to a mortgage or other security interest, namely a mortgage. The police chief has previously said that Parra Pulgar poured gasoline around the house before setting that fire. Here's Pulgar's mugshot. You can tell he has burns, and he looks absolutely terrible. He suffered injuries during that fire and stayed in the hospital for a time, but was then booked into the Fort Bend County Jail. He's being held now on a $2.3 million bond. ICE, that's Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, has also placed a hold on him. The governor of Texas has even weighed in on Parra Pulgar's arrest. Greg Abbott posted on X earlier this week, he better spend the rest of his life behind bars. I want to bring in Sergeant Brandon Moseley of the Fulshear Police Department. So tell me, Sergeant Moseley, take me back to November 6th. And when you get that call, what happened?
Well, I was training somebody who had just recently joined the police department, and me being in the field training capacity, I'm sitting in the passenger seat when the call drops, and the call comes in as an assist agency with the fire department. We check by with them on various calls often. So I'm not thinking anything more than, what I ended up encountering. But yeah, so, we hit to the call, and, when we get to the residence, we you can see the smoke coming from a mile away. And we normally would just, kind of help with the perimeter and let fire do their thing. But, when we first got there, there were 2 people outside, and I overheard them say that they believed their sibling was still in the house. And that's what got me to, along with assisting officers, check the perimeter of the house.
I want to tell you about Upside. It's a free app that gets you cash back on things like gas, groceries, and restaurants. This is real cash back. It's money that appears in your Upside app that you can transfer straight into your bank account. I used Upside when I went to Dunkin' Donuts recently for a cup of tea. I claimed an offer for Dunkin' on the app, paid as usual using a card, and followed the steps and got cash back. It's so easy. You can also use Upside at places like Shell, Exxon, 7-Eleven, Taco Bell, and that's just to name a few. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside or scan the QR code on your screen and use our promo code CRIMEFIX to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's promo code CRIMEFIX for extra cash back. So you can see the smoke, you said, from a mile away. So this is it's a serious fire. It had been going probably for a little bit before you got there. And you show up, and it's my understanding these were teenagers or, older children.
Yes, ma'am.
And they think their sibling, who's a 3-year-old boy, is still inside. My gosh, Take me then to that moment because I read that you are a dad. So you're thinking to yourself, not only as a police officer, but probably just as a good human being and a dad, oh my gosh, there's a kid in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's our job as well. I'm in police mode, so to say. So, uh, I at that time I don't really reflect on my own personal circumstances with my kids, but obviously when someone's life is potentially in danger, we're there to act, and it's our responsibility. So that's just what I'm doing. But yeah, we checked the perimeter. Luckily, fire had broken a lot of the windows. It's with their standard procedures on a house fire, and so because of that, I was able to hear a small whimper through a bedroom window when we were checking, and it was I believe that the child was in and out of consciousness because I was there for a little bit, didn't hear anything, kind of went back in a split second. I mean, just heard just a very, very small sound, so faint that when I replay my body camera, it won't pick up on the camera. So it's just something, I guess, me being in person with how faint it was, we were just luckily we were able to hear it. When I heard the whimper, I'm not thinking. I'm going in and helping somebody. So that's just what I did. Crawl through the window, removed, I believe, some type of bicycle or toy that was on top of them off and picked them up and passed them through the window to my coworkers.
Wow. So you thought he was in and out of consciousness. And I know that also I read that the boy had suffered from some smoke inhalation.
Yes, ma'am.
So do they think that maybe he was sleeping at the time that the fire started or just couldn't get out of the house, or maybe he was fearful and was hiding, something like that?
Yeah, I don't think that we really know a lot of those details. I'm not sure if he was sleeping or not. I just know I found him on the bedroom floor. I didn't find him in the bed, but I don't know how long he was in there. I know I was only in there for a couple seconds, and I felt horrible the rest of the week because of it. So I can only imagine what he went through. But yeah, so.
Where was Dad when this was going on? Because we saw, the mugshot, obviously. He was injured. He's accused of setting the fire. I know you can't go into details about that part of the investigation. Was he in the house? Was he outside the house?
Yeah, he was still in the house.
Wow.
At the time, I was helping this child out. We didn't know where he was. We had no information that he was in the house. We had no contact with him. It was later on in the scene that fire personnel were able to locate him and pull him out of the house.
And was he conscious? Do we know?
Yes, ma'am. I believe he was still conscious.
Okay. You were able to then meet up with the boy again. So tell me when that happened.
Yeah, I reached out to the parent and make sure that he was okay. We've had a good communication back and forth, and she let me know when he was out of the hospital. I said, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to buy him, some type of toy and meet him again. And so she arranged for that to happen. It was pretty awesome. She brought him up to the police department. I bought him some little remote control car, and it was just good to see him in that kind of state. You would never thought that he didn't look anything like what he looked on my body camera.
Mm-hmm.
He looked completely healthy, looked good. I did know that he received a full bill of health, and it was just good to see him in that light versus what I had experienced with him on the 6th.
Did he remember you? I mean, did he voice any type of memory about what happened, or was he maybe just so out of it at the time and he just thought, oh, I get to go meet a police officer. I mean, he's a 3-year-old kid. He's a little boy.
I think it was more he was interested in meeting a police officer. I would imagine he probably wouldn't remember a lot with the state he was in when we found him. So, but I'm not sure. I don't know how much he remembers or not, but I do know he was excited just to be around police officers, especially when he found out he was getting a gift as well. So,
Did you let him at least sit in the cruiser and maybe like, do something with the sirens or anything like that?
No, we were unable to get that far. I know they had other responsibilities that day, so I was just lucky that she was able to fit us in their schedule. But yeah, no, he was awesome. It was fun. It was almost I was doing something for him, but I guess subconsciously it was almost something good for me as well. I wanted to make sure he was healthy. I wanted to put my own eyes back on him, and so that helps close the chapter in our book as well on this end. So
Yeah, definitely. So how are mom and the little boy and then the older siblings? They're all doing okay now?
yeah, the last I talked to her, they're all good and happy, and they're very thankful for our services, and that whole family's been very supportive, and anytime anyone's supportive of police officers and first responders is something we definitely appreciate.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank goodness that you were there, and I know that you sprang into action as you would because this is your job. But really, that little boy is very fortunate that you were there. Sergeant Brandon Moseley, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Let's take a look again at that body camera footage of Sergeant Moseley rescuing the little boy.
I hear him. Go.
We got him back here.
Yeah, buddy. I got you. Come here.
Come here.
We got back up. We got back outside. Get him. Go. I got him. Come on, buddy. EMS.
And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.